signs of chaos on the streets of Paris. Police holding riot shields and firing tear gas as protesters lit bikes and sticks on fire. It's the 11th day of nationwide unrest since January in France. Actions protesters hope will convince lawmakers to not back President Emmanuel Macron's pension reform bill that would raise retirement age by 2 years to 64. Demonstrators forced their way into a building that houses the BlackRock office in Paris, chanting slogans and setting off fireworks inside one of the largest money managers in the world. About 100 people, including representatives of several labor unions, were on the ground floor of the building before exiting about 10 minutes later. The French government has said the pension legislation is required to prevent a funding deficit, but the reforms come at a time where a rising cost of living is taking a toll on workers. This lady expressing her frustration. I am here today and I will be here until the withdrawal of the pension reform, which is a completely unacceptable reform which goes against all of our social gains. Recent polls show a vast majority of French citizens oppose the legislation and the government's decision to push it through Parliament without a vote. France awaits a decision by the Constitutional Council on the validity of the legislation next week, though experts say it is unlikely that the council will strike the legislation down, which the government hopes will help weaken protests. Though unions have called for new strikes and protests on April 13th, a day before the ruling on the reform. Nakhavoly, City News.